my 7-gram psilocybin experience with golden teacher mushrooms. And this journey took place a few years ago, but I've just been walking around with the wisdom and the revelations, just doing the inner work, working with what was revealed to me, working through it, working on it. In this particular journey, of course, I had many more experiences with psychedelics and plant medicine since that journey, but this particular one, it stays in the premotor cortex right here. It stays right here. Really, the way the medicine works for this vessel anyway is, since it doesn't take you out of consciousness, you know what's happening. Every experience it's right here. It's readily available, and some of the most beautiful times have been those where the plants revealed something and it was worked on, worked through, worked with, and just to see this vessel in public now, or this vessel's interactions with people or perspectives, outlooks, just to watch it exist now and be able to have a comparison. Because prior to going so deep into the journey of this medicine of entheogens, this thing right here, that next, now server number 95. Get somebody else to do it. Not this thing. But yes, just so much gratitude and grace and thankfulness for plant medicine, particularly psilocybin mushrooms. And I've had experiences with various strains. I know first getting into this arena, you're excited, you want to, yay, let's try this one and try this one and try this one. But as I've spoke of before, every strain is going to do one thing in particular, and that is teach. But I began to notice some of them are super intense. You don't know. You don't know if you're wearing socks or if you are the sock. It is its own entity, but they all teach. And there's something in this vessel's makeup and composition that just resonates with the golden teacher strain. And so we have been delving deep into the information contained within those specific plants. Now, this 7-gram journey that we're talking about today, it took place off-grid. So I was out there on the land, and the onset was very calm. If you've never had a 7-gram journey before, or if you have not even experienced this before, everyone is going to be different. But since beginning working with this plant medicine, when it first started, just working with the plant medicine, it was the plants and this vessel. Okay, so anything that happened, I'm checking to see what's going on. What is this? What's this reaction? What's happening? What is my body doing? But now, the medicine and this vessel are like this. We are in relationship. So it's just likened to being in relationship with another person. You get to know their behaviors. You get to know their patterns. And when you do that, you can sort of predict what's going to happen as far as how it's going to affect you. What you don't know is what will be brought up, or how the experience itself will go. So that's always a surprise. But now, being so many years of working with this medicine, the onset is not, I'm not so wired up, like, well, hey, what's going on? It's more like, Okay. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, there it is. And so I'm outside sitting. I've got my water bottles ready. I've got everything ready because I know what 7 is going to do. I know what 5 is going to do. I know what 3 is going to do. I know what 10 is going to do. Currently working in high dose psilocybin, 20 gram, 30 gram, 40 gram. Give thanks to Linktr.ee for sort of setting that tone for this vessel, because he was absolutely correct when he said we need more explorers. Journeying into that interdimensional space. That's another topic. We're going to stay focused and talk about this 7. So we're outside and we have the water bottles ready, and the onset takes place. And I had already set my intention, written out everything to work on, work with, work through, and sort of prepare myself for a conversation with the medicine this time. I wanted to do something different. Let's have a conversation as we could feel the work starting. But the medicine had something else in mind this time, which is what led this vessel to the other part of this title. Now, so this vessel has been celibate for 7 years. Abstinent, celibate, pick a word. 7 full years, intentionally, on purpose. And high gratitude and thanks to this medicine for that, because this was the journey that was the turning point. And we're about 30 minutes into the journey, and I'm looking out and I'm seeing trees like I had never seen trees before, and I'm seeing the ground like I had never seen the ground before. There were those vibrations, but the vibrations had swirls and just everything. It wasn't a 7 like a 7 before. Like it was just a blue. It was so blue. The sky was so blue, and I remember I said, okay, I've only got a few moments before the real heavy onset happens. So I said, okay, I'm going to move my vehicle from where it is now up the hill. That way I have nothing in the way. If I start running or whatever it is, I have nothing in my way. Sort of set and setting, clear everything out of the way. This is when I knew something was going to be different with this journey. I got in the vehicle, and you know how you have the gear shift, right? I'm reaching my hand toward the gear shift, and you could feel the energy coming from my hand, but the engine was going zoom, zoom, like the engine was revving. I wasn't touching the accelerator pedal. I wasn't touching anything. So it was showing me the power, the energetic power that emits, that can come from us, especially this being, is showing me this power. And every time I pulled my hand back the first time, and I thought, what happened? So I did it again. I went toward the gear shift, and as the closer I came to it, the more it just went zoom, zoom, and I'm going, oh my goodness. So I just hurried, put it in gear, took the vehicle up the hill, turned it off. I'm walking back down the hill, and throughout this entire journey, the medicine began to show me a part of this vessel that I had never seen before. It began to show me the hurt, all of the hurt spaces, places where this vessel was doing the hurting, whether it was to itself or to others or to nature, etc., or places where this vessel had been hurt and just compartmentalized all hurt, everything. Like that section of life just didn't exist. And this vessel just, through each part of it, there was just so much of it just began to come back. It seemed as though it went all the way back to maybe 2 or 3 years old. I mean, this thing was just, the pages were, it looked like pages. Like it just looked like pages. And as it would show this hurt, then it would go, okay, now here's this one. And it would flip the page again. It's like, okay, now here's this one. Okay, now here's this. Okay, now here's this. And it just kept flipping and flipping and flipping. And the more I'm like, okay, I get it. Okay, I get it. It just kept saying, well, hey, since we got you here, because we can't catch you here on any other just regular driving down the street, since we have you here, we may as well show it all to you now. This way, when you do come from this experience, you know what you're going to work with, work through, and work on. A mirror. When you look into a mirror, you sort of see the reflection. You're going to see your skin. You're going to see, you're kind of looking back at you. But this, it was like you could feel it sort of like take a zipper and just open up the whole vessel and just like, this is what's in there. This is what's in there. This is it. This is all the issue, the problem. This is it. And this is the base. Like there's a house or foundation on top of this thing. It has windows and a roof and doors and shingles and all of this. But the base of this whole thing, of this whole vessel, is this hurt right here. All of this hurt right here. That's the base. And it started here, and then it added this, and then it added this, and it added this, added this, added this. I'm talking, the thing was even going into the DNA of the origin of some hurt that happened before this vessel even existed, like before the egg and the sperm came together to create the spark that manifested this vessel. It was just trickling. Again, the pages was just like, okay, and this, and don't forget this page, and when you turn over here, now this page, and I'm like, oh my God, okay. This started maybe... We started that journey. It was light time. I know it was before noon, and it was well into the dark. We had a fire out there already. The fire was already, we well into that. The fire had burned out. I'm outside just walking around, stunned. Like, where do you even begin? One of the things that this vessel came away from that experience with was every relationship that we have ever been in, whether it's a business relationship, a personal relationship, intimate relationship, friendship, this is who we brought up. This is what we brought, along with all of the positives. The core of it was this hurt. So we're bringing all of this hurt to every relationship. And people were missing it because we accentuated the positives. Kept saying, oh, look, we're good at this, and we're good at this, and we can do this well, so see all of that. And we didn't realize that we were just overcompensating, or pick a word, but now that we reflect back and look at it, it was gross. Like, it makes you want to vomit. It made me want to vomit, because I did. Yeah. But I'm going, oh my goodness, all that time, you couldn't press record. I mean, you couldn't press rewind and go back and erase any of it. But now that you do know, what will you do from here? Do I take this wisdom and keep presenting the hurt me? Or do I take this wisdom and actually sit with it? The beautiful part about being off grid was, when you look around, it was nothing but a tree. Maybe there was a deer or some wild turkey, owls, some animal, some forest friend, but it was no other person. You couldn't look around and be distracted, that's another video, by a person and say, oh, let me distract myself with this, or let me distract myself with this action, or go work here, or go eat this, or go do. There was no distraction. For 5 years, all this thing could do was just look at it. You so grateful and thankful that this vessel took the nudge from the universe when it did in 2019 to go and get that land. It just sat this thing in the middle of what seemed like nowhere, because it was really surrounded by nothing. Like, and you couldn't turn around for help. You couldn't do anything to get to the top of the driveway. It was like 25, 30-minute walk. Like, it was, the only thing you could look at was you. Let's take a look at you. Let's peel the layers of you back. Let's unravel you. Let's unpack you. Let's unpack your suitcase. Let's look in that side zipper that we never look in that suitcase, and let's look in that side pocket, and hey, when we open the suitcase, we find out there's another piece of luggage in there, another piece of baggage, and a carry-on bag. Let's open all of that. Let's take the time right now to just open all of this. Okay, let's really get to the problem. What's your problem? What is it? What's wrong with you? And so we were bringing all of this hurt, And then it allowed this vessel to see globally relationship. We will take this one piece that it allowed this vessel to see, how people get married, right? But before they get married, they began with, it has a sexual base. Okay, and it was mind-blowing, and we saw sparks and ecstasy and bliss, and all of that was fantastic. And then they get married, and then the bliss fades, and now they get to know each other. Versus they get to know each other, and then maybe the marriage may not happen, or the divorce may not happen, or the cheating may not happen, or the fighting may not happen, or the domestic violence may not happen, or all of the things that come from getting to know someone later, right? And I'm looking at this revelation going, oh my goodness, so many people are hurt, just like this vessel. We just show up with the hurt base, accentuating the positives. Look, I'm good at this. I look at my good haircut. Look at my good outfit, my good hairstyle, my good stockings, my good tie, my good all of this. I can cook good. I can do all these things good. But don't look at the hurt. Let's don't get to know each other. Let's don't find out about the hurt. And so it sent this vessel into, what do you call it? Just dissecting itself and addressing all of the hurt. First addressing all of the hurt caused by this vessel. Ooh, that was so terrible. We wanted to make a list and start calling people. First of all, we said, don't do that, hon. You don't have phone numbers. Don't do that. Don't do that to yourself right now. First of all, let's start with, forgiving yourself. Let's start right there. Some of those people may not even want to hear that you're breathing. You don't go doing that. Let's just work on you right now, okay? See, there you go. You're trying to look around and grab somebody else and involve them in this. We got you out here in the middle of these trees, and so you can really take a look at you, okay? Let's do some admitting first. The first step is admitting the crazy. And I'm going, oh my goodness, look at all this thing has caused. Oh, apology just wasn't good. You can't. Boy, we wanted to rent a news channel and get on there as a global apology, please. And then we sat with all of the hurt that had been inflicted upon this vessel. And then we had to go through the crying and actually the sadness of it, and the sullenness, and it was just so deep. At one point, this vessel was so low, it felt like the ground, right, was looking down. Okay, so here's the ground, and then this vessel was under the ground looking up. Like, if you ever been that low where you got to look up and the ground is up, low. I'm talking low points, low moments. And that's how this medicine works. It doesn't hold back. It said, okay, you coming toward me? You know what I do. You know what I'm capable of. And well, here it is. You keep walking around setting these intentions and saying these words, and well, now you look around, you got earth, space, and opportunity. Let's just get to it. So I said, oh my goodness. This is what I have been bringing to relationship. I've been bringing this to jobs. I've been bringing this to friends, to personal, to intimate. I've just been bringing hurt. I've been showing up hurt, and just hurt people. We keep coming up with more hurt and more hurt and more hurt. Well, slam the brakes right here, hon. Why don't we address the hurt? What's causing you to be this hurt? Why? Like, what is it? And we began to just dig deep into it. So we've spent the past 7 years just really unpacking and peeling back and doing the hurt work from both sides of it, whether it was me that caused it or whether it was hurt that was inflicted upon this vessel. And let me tell you, it make you want to knit a hat. I'm still working on that one hat back there now, but we've gotten a little bit further. We got that hat with us here now. Here's the one that you probably saw it a few videos back. It's coming along nicely. You may see us wear it one day. This is the brim, and it has these pearl stitches, U-wrap stitches, Anyway, but it makes you want to knit a hat. It really does, because it's so painful, and it hurts. The hurt work hurts. On the other side of that, though, I'm so grateful for that medicine. I'm truly, truly, truly grateful for that experience, and presenting this vessel now in relationship, not intimate relationship. We don't even have that on our mind. That's something else that medicine revealed to us is this vessel was allowed to see how being intimate with someone or a sexual with someone is an energetic transfer, but you can see all of the energy that is transferring, so there's you and then there's the other person, but you got to think about it. It's not just you and this other person. It's all relationship and energy that's connected to that person, and all relationship and energy that's connected to you, plus the X and Y chromosome that came together to form that person, the X and Y chromosome that came together to form you, and all of their attachments. And that thing is deep. I said, no, you know what, I'm good. Memory. I'm good with memory. I can look back on the person that this vessel was prior to going into plant medicine study and having plant medicine journeys and having all of this revelation. What I can say is, without a shadow of a doubt, we had a good time. We had a good time. We've had a fantastic time. Some of them times probably, we had a good time. We're okay. But make this message help you where you are in your life. It may help someone that you know. If a part 2 just feels like it's necessary, then we'll bring a part 2. But right now, we just wanted to share a bit of that with you, of how that 7-gram psilocybin experience went for this vessel and led it to the current 7 years of celibacy. It's whatever year this is right now. It's been 7 years. We know it's been 7 years, and I wouldn't change anything of it. The lessons have just been such a blessing for this vessel to live life now with a true smile, with nothing hidden behind it. It's just really, this really is it. And knowing that we're not covering up some hurt or some pain, or it's just, we're really smiling. And that's so super dope and so super awesome. So may your day be great out there, and have a good time. Until next time.